I created you. You created me.
Wait a minute, why did you create that guy?
I did. He's talking crazy.
Toby Fox is now releasing a newsletter, so I'm gonna read his previous ones to make myself feel better. I skimmed through these in the past, but I don't remember a single one of them, so I'll just do a live reading while being entertaining. I don't know what I do on this part of the song, so I'm just gonna stop. Listen guys, I think we can all agree that there's not going to be a newsletter. My guess is that Toby and his crew are working hard putting the finishing touches on chapter 5. There, that's your whole spring newsletter. But hey, there's no need to be disappointed. So how about instead, we take a look into the past. I know most of you don't remember any of these because I don't. Well, I did skim through these years ago, but it's been so long that this is basically my first time reading them. I genuinely do not remember any of them. But now that I'm a Deltarune addict, I can milk every ounce of Toby Fox media I can. And you can have something to listen to while you work and eat. It all works out now. So rev up those fryers because it's time for Nerdman Videos, semi-decent content time! Alright, the Undertale newsletters, and let's go back to the very beginning. Issue 1, the winter season. Greetings! Welcome to the first seasonal Undertale and Deltarune newsletter. Actually, there isn't any news to report, so this time it's just an O's letter. That being said, the less news there is to report, the more exclusive goofs and japes I'll try to put in here, so make sure to look anyway. As a refresher, let's review what happened in the year so far. By the way, since you're a truck freak, chances are you know all this stuff, but there's also a chance that you're such a freak, you'll enjoy hearing it again, right? You have a big straw put against your screen, and you're sucking up every drop of and you... Jesus Christ, he's cracked the code. Oh, he knows me too well. Alright, I'm still doing it. You have a big straw against your screen and you're sucking up every drop of content you get. Be careful, there's someone on the other end of the straw, sucking right back. Actually, if you're a real maniac, you're probably a master at straw sucking battles too, You win this time. Aww. Look at Deltarune chapter 3 and 4, still developing. 3 months ago, I released a small page on the status of Deltarune chapter 3 and 4. There may be spoilers if you haven't played chapter 2. Alright, I'll read the update. What did Deltarune chapter 3 and 4 used to look like? Deltarune status update, September 2022. Hey every! Hard to believe it, but it's already been around 1 year since Deltarune chapter 2 was released. Even now, there still seems to be a passionate fan base for what we put out. Thanks, in no small part to a disgusting man whose dialogue is probably closest to the way I talk in real life. It feels like Deltarune really came into its own with chapter 2. Thank you so much to everyone who has enjoyed everything so far, and is still looking forward to what will happen next. We're working hard to make something that will excite and delight fans of weird role-playing games, whether or not you like men with long noses. Development update. Alright, just gonna speed run through this. As stated last time, we've been simultaneously working on chapter 3, 4, and 5 of Deltarune. A few more people are helping out, and the pace of the game creation is definitely improved from last time. The intention was to work on all 3 chapters simultaneously, but so far we've just gotten work done on chapter 3 and 4. Between chapter 3, 4, and 5, we already exceeded a chapter's worth of bullets, cutscenes, and gimmicks. Not only that, but the next chapter had certain aspects that took a while to set up, and now that those things are in place, the development of the game is only going to get smoother and smoother. As always, I want this thing to come out the most out of anyone on the planet, so we'll be doing our best to get it done. Why don't we show what we've been working on? More Light World. Oh yeah, this is the hometown. This is Susie. Oh, I love Susie. Oh, look at them chilling. It feels like a year ago. These two little rascals were just getting chalk, eating diner food. I hope nothing bad happens in the next chapter. I really hope so. What else? We got Skipping Rocks. We got The Rain. This guy, who I definitely remember the name of. I'm not gonna restate it, but I definitely know his name. And more. We got Castletown. We got Queen's cutscene. I remember that. Yeah, Queen's room was a lot smaller than I expected. I wish there was more of it, not gonna lie. In fact, I want more Queen. Can we have more of that in the next chapter? Can we actually get a Queen antenna interaction? That would be beautiful. That's on my bucket list right now. That was the biggest crime in chapter 3 and 4. We did not get enough Queen. But at least we got more Rules card. Who doesn't love Rules card? Anyway, more Dark World. The Green Room. Oh wait, I just realized. Look, Ram's name is not on here. Well, I guess I didn't want to spoil it yet or something. Yeah, I wonder what else changed. Do I have that eye? Oh look, and the S ranks rooms too. Yeah, how times have changed. Anyway, let's go back. Sorry, nothing's ready to release this year, so you can't spend any money yet. But as a treat to fans who got lost burning something, this year we're creating a special event, Spamton Sweepstakes. Oh yeah, I actually have not watched the Spamton Sweepstakes. Maybe I should make that its own video if this video does well. Where was I? Okay. Since then, the development has been continuing as normal. The end is in sight for some of the content in Chapter 3. You see, Chapter 3 was going to have 4 somethings and 6 other somethings, but I reduced the 4 somethings to 3.5 and refactored how the third other something to be shorter and less something. I hate you. While still retaining the parenthetical something or something. Anyway, I'm swearing off some things now. 3 months ago, the Spamton Sweepstakes. I'll check it out later. Yeah, I know the Spamton Sweepstakes. Look at him. Disgusting creature. Anyway, that's all that happened that I remember. Here's some funny pages. Ooh, Papyrus! Oh, what else we got? A new character has arrived. Metatron. Whatever this abomination is. Oh my god, there's so much news. So much news. Okay, alright. I'm gonna TLDR all of this stuff. Give me 1 minute, folks. TLDR. Toby Fox wrote a column for a gaming magazine in Japan. What else? TLDR. When Undertale first happened, one of the first fan letters Toby Fox received was from this person. And I'm gonna try to say your name right. Itoki Hana. And they made a song together called Skies Forever Blue. I'm gonna listen to it. Give me 1 minute. Alright, listen to it. It ain't bad. If you want to listen to it, I'll put the link somewhere. I don't know where. Just go listen to it. It ain't that hard to find. We got some new merch. Among Us. Wait, was this foreshadowing? And conclusion. That's all for this season. We'll see you again in spring. As usual, news might be scarce. But if it happens, we'll just have more goofs, gags, and maybe even an interview? Rousey. Alright, that was fun. Next! Welcome to spring. Can you believe it's already been 3 months? Not me, because I'm writing this in February. Ha 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 ha. It's like a bee swinging from a tree to tree. Majestic. Anyways, hope you're ready for some news related to Undertale Deltarune. That would be nice if this wasn't 3 years old. As always, it's our first priority for those in our tier. Alright, non-Undertale Deltarune news. Alright, I betrayed you, but this time it's important. Allow me to tell you something important I'm very proud of. A while ago, I created a song with Itoki called The Greatest Living Show. I thought it would be nice to commission a music video from Banny Chan, the album artist for our song 74. I gave her a loose outline of the story and translation of the lyrics and let her handle everything else. After 2 long years, the video has finally completed. Over 2 long years, Banny created the entire music video from beginning to end, all by herself. Every frame, every pose, every camera angle, every character design, the effects, the processing, everything was painstakingly done by her own hand. She worked chronologically from beginning to end, as its development went on, her abilities and standards raised higher and higher, ultimately compressing 2 years of hard work and improvement into a 4-minute running time. You may notice this as you watch the video. Alright, let's watch this. I looked at Invincible and I sighed. Yeah, you should watch this. I highly recommend it. It's pretty good. Next, Kikiyama interview. TLDR, Toby also got to do an interview with one of his biggest influences, Yumi Niki. Sadly, the whole interview is in Japanese, so you can read it if you want. I think I'm good. Next, recap. This section, the person who sang "I'm with you in the dark," her name is actually Laura Shigihara. Sorry if I pronounced her name wrong. And she also got the chance to make her own RPG that Toby Fox made an annoying song for, because Toby Fox is a professional at making annoying music. I think we all know that. And now for the pure Undertale Deltarune news. Game progress. We are mainly focusing on completing Chapter 3. The translation process for Chapter 3 is getting really close to starting. Actually, I haven't told the translator this, so she'll learn when translating the text. Have fun with that one. Sans and a poppin' music. Next, it's been years. Whoa. Grilby's Rogues Gallery, illustrated by Saffron Scarf. Grilby. Although he's made of fire, ironically, he prefers the cold. That's why he moved from Hotland. The flame in his body are magical and can be controlled, except when he gets angry or flustered. Fortunately, he has a cool and a collected personality. He's also very quiet. Hearing him speak in the bar could be considered a rare treat. Outside of it, it's not known if he speaks more. Make no mistake, he can burn something with his body, but at its coldest, the flame's heat is like a hot water bottle, and the waves of the heat feel like silk. The glasses he serves are very thick. When you pick them up, the outside will always be hot from his hand, but the inside stays niche and cool. With a little ice, it's just about perfect. If you visit Grilby's, it's the best to order a hot drink, because he can heat it up by hand. The hot chocolate in particular is niche, because he toasts the marshmallow in his palm. He used to resent he can make a snowman by hand. However, one day, 2 children made a snowman in the shape of him. He hangs a picture of it in his bar and considers it a prized photograph. Profile Bunny, always complaining that she wishes there were more hot guys around. However, she generally just sits in one place and takes no particular action towards anything, constantly eating fries until she's dizzy. Occasionally flirts with Grilby and Sans, who she calls Sansy. Sometimes asks Grilby to toast marshmallows in her mouth for her. Now he no longer even touches her food, choosing instead the reductant heating element he has in the back. Profile Bird. Due to Grilby's silence on the job, she often tries to translate what he's thinking to the other customers for him. She enjoys the responsibility and considers it a good deed, despite the fact that she's sometimes wrong. Sometimes has disagreements with Sans because he tends to call her out when she gets it wrong, to Grilby's relief. However, Sans' corrected translation of Grilby wants to say is always even worse, often prompting Grilby to step in. Lets the bunny steal her fries. Ugh. Profile Fish, a slovenly type. His usual is a drink where his fish food is scattered on top and set aflame. Keeps trying to get a girlfriend, but only uses methods resembling harmless animal traps. Examples include an unmanned fishing pole, a stick, and box, etc. His dating app is a picture of a big cheese and the name is 100% real. Doesn't understand why he doesn't get matches. Takes Grilby's silence as affirmative, which is unfortunate when he's detailing his plans. Surprisingly gets along with everyone else. Profile Punk, a younger seeming Patreon. Always orders hot milk or cola and says he's going to order something else cooler when he gets older. However, no matter how many birthday piles up, he just orders the same thing. Elitist towards people from Hotland and the city. However, hypocritically idolizes Grilby and often goes to the city for concerts. Profile Mouth, a bit of a gourmet. Tries everything on the menu and reviews it for the local newspaper. The newspaper didn't ask for this, but appreciates it. Despite the appearance, usually only takes small portions and eats politely. Has a lucrative job in the medical industry and uses the money to buy exotic foods off of Sans, like CT, Glamburger, or even fried snow. There's a rumor that there's a family member whose face looks like a nose and a few more that looks like eyes. Profile Dogs. Ever-present, generating hair and playing cards. Although they keep trying to play in bones and leave quite a mess, they are very loyal and the place feels empty even if one of them is gone. They pay all of the tab when Undying comes in, so it evens out. Profile The Best Character. The first day he appeared, he sat down and said, "I'll take the usual," acting like an old-time customer. He often made everyone laugh, so he was quickly accepted as one. Puts all his orders on some kind of tab. How much of this gets paid and when is known only to Grilby and Sans. Seems to get along well with Grilby, sometimes helping with odd jobs. Rarely when Grilby has to step out, he's even been seen running the bar. Just to make sure you have a sense of humor when you make your order. Your drink? It's on the house. Profile Papyrus! The bestest character! Sometimes appears, if nothing other than to drag his brother back to home or to work. Apologizes profusely to Grilby and attempts to paying his brother tab with various bones. Explains the values of rarity of various bones, and sometimes trades with Grilby for the bones he has been paid from by the dogs. Generally, doesn't eat the food because he thinks the grease will make him break out. However, can be convinced to have a hot chocolate or hot milk. Profile Temmie. Breaks out if she eats the food due to change in diet. Eats the food. That was cute. A nice little comic. I didn't know about this. We also have an interview with Temmie. Alright, let's read it. But wait, before we do that, I need to talk to you about this video sponsor. Behold.
Oh shit, that's me?
I want your money, I'm strapped for cash. I need your money, I can't get a fucking job. Give me your money, I'm not being funny. Give me your money today. That's right, your boy has a new special incentive. $1 million. Divided by 10,000, which is $100. You see what I did there? I raised their expectations, only to make the real goal seem more reasonable. But in all seriousness, I would really appreciate your support. That's all I ask for. Anyways, let's go back to the video. When I started making Undertale, I literally sent you a Tumblr DM asking for help. You agreed. Then I just info dumped you to Skype out the game. Let me say that again. You literally just agreed to help. This was really lucky for me. How do you feel about this? Temmie, I think the timing for both of us worked out really well. I was really eager to work on games, and I didn't get asked very often for collaborative works. I told my friends about the nice DM I got from you, and one friend told me you were sparkly a big shot, so I was a little starry-eyed that I'd be recognized for my skill by a cool person. Maybe this seems a little silly now, though I think one way or the other, I'd agree to help you. The conclusion would have been the same once I heard your music. I only knew a few music composers at the time, and I viewed them all like magicians. And to this day, I still find you one of the most impressive music composers. It's always a treat to hear your music, and I'm always blown away even listening to the drafts. To this day, making music still seems like a superpower to me. I was the one who always felt lucky to reach me. What was your first impression when I showed you the game? You managed to blow my expectations out the water. So, to go back to the first question, I read through your logs for the game, and it was a little difficult for me to entirely process what I was reading at all the time. I feel like my reading comprehension isn't the greatest, it's the same, but I would reread logs over and over to grasp them better. From what I was able to follow, the ideas and concepts sounded neat. And then I saw your first demo with Flowey and I was like, oh! I always remember thinking how cool Flowey's acting and laugh was. It felt so different from other games I played at the time. I remember being a little stunned. I knew especially from the point forward that the game was going to be something special. Any specific memories when working on the game? I remember being in class and I think you were trying to figure out Papyrus's personality a little more. So I started receiving messages on my phone from Papyrus. I think it took me a few seconds to realize what was happening, but I remember having fun responding. I don't think I paid attention from my class for the rest of the time, but that's okay because I don't even remember what class it was. Were you surprised at the reaction people had to the game when it released? The amount of people it reached certainly did. Your writing, music composing, and direction is a powerful combo. I feel like I knew it was going to impact others like it did me. The amount of people this game has reached though, I don't think I could ever seen it coming. Though, in my opinion, whether it reached out to as many people as it did or only reached a small few, it wouldn't change how special the game was. I feel like I probably put so many dogs in the game because of you. You still like dogs, right? I'm sorry, I like cats more now, but I still like dogs too. Both are cute. I literally made the character Aaron from Undertale to have muscles to show you. How are you about muscles now? Do they still gross you out? I have grown to accept they exist. The character design of Undertale's Temmie was actually drawn by your friend Betty Kwong. I remember the drawing being like some super quick doodle of Temmie crossing the street or something. However, if Betty's drawing never existed and you can design a new Temmie now, any ideas what it might look like? I believe before Betty's drawing, my avatar was just me with bunny ears and a fluff sweater, or a dust bunny, something like these. I remember it called her Bunny Thing, so maybe it would have been a variant of Dust Bunny. The reason I wanted to include you in the game is because your way of speaking was so specific back then. You would constantly misspell things on purpose. So the speech of Temmie in the game was a slightly exaggerated version of your normal speech at the time. Slowly over the time, you stopped speaking that way though. Well, I was going to ask you why you changed, but I think it just shifted actually. I think naturally over time, the way I typed shifted, but I remember in those early days, I had a lot of energy that exuded even through my typing. I wish that energy would have returned to me. I think now people identify you more with Temloaf, the cute illustrations you do yourself and your original works, but for a long time, people just treated you like you were in Temmie from the game. How did you feel being primarily associated with the Temmie character from Undertale in general? It was fun at first. I didn't really understand why I was getting a lot of attention. I know I did a lot of art, but sometimes it doesn't process as being something significant. It's also not like I was the character, or you. Or was I the character in the game? I don't know anymore. I do know after a while I got so much attention for being Temmie from Undertale that it felt strange at times. So I felt like I had to try to compensate by really improving my drawing skills more. Begin working on small projects to feel a little more deserving of all that. I'm glad it pushed me to do that though, because I do enjoy chipping away a little personal projects now. We've been working on Deltarune for almost 10 years now. Kinda crazy? Getting sick of it? Development's been kind of a blur, but any funny memories working on Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2? My memory is starting to get so fuzzy with early development for some reason that I can't remember when or if I drew something. You could show me one of my drawings and say I didn't draw it, and I believe you at this point. There actually has been a few times that I've just seen assets I thought looked nice, only to be told I drew them and I just have no memory of drawing them. Do you have a favorite character from Deltarune? I like Susie and Jevil. Your art is amazing. Any tips for improvements? And what tools do you use? Thank you! I think observation is an important skill for improvement. Learning to understand why you like what you like to help develop your voice through your work. That in combination with learning fundamentals. Stuff like life drawing, studying from life anatomy, etc. It also becomes more fun to look at life and observe why you like random things from life. Like when a strong sunlight hitting against a vibrant red blanket makes the rest of the room red. My eyes like seeing that at once. Absorbing some of this will find its way back into your work and help shape it. Tools. I'll use Wacom Intuos Tablet and Krita to paint, Adobe Anime and After Effects to animate, and Graphic Scale to do pixel art. Sometimes I draw in Procreate on my iPad or the Notes app on my phone. Temmie keeps trying to get me to play Final Fantasy 16. In one sentence, why should I play it? Cool dragons and hot nights. Also, there's a cool 56-person raid with fancy orb that changes its shape. Any stupid memories of us unrelated to the game? I liked when we first started going to karaoke and I learned to be brave and tried singing and then learned Tem can sing, maybe a little. Let's promote some of your other stuff. For example, did you guys know Camila and Temmie all collaborated on a soundtrack for Temmie's original adventure game and she has an ongoing website? I don't think this one's a question. Thank you for prompting these. It always feels like a really cool accomplishment to see these works through. I still like to listen to the music you and Camilla did for my little game. You guys' music is way too good for my little thing. This comic is also really exciting for me because this is my first time ever getting so far to making a comic. I've always wanted to. I'm so proud of my little efforts. Lately, I keep having dreams of having a perfect bound printed version for myself and feeling so happy flipping through all the pages. After I finish the next chapter, I'd like to actually do that. I also plan on making a little animation for it sometime as well as maybe adapt it into a simple little game when I finish the comic. And that's it. W Temmie. And conclusion. I hope it was a good spring. By the time you read this, it will be over. Beautiful. Alright, this was not a bad newsletter. Nothing crazy. No, did I miss anything? No, it's just simple stuff. Simple news. I think the best part was the interview with Temmie. That was nice. Now we do issue 3. What's that sound? It sounds like the sun. Summer turns up the heat. There's not much news this time, so I'll try to keep it brief. So you can get back to your vacation. Sound of adult laughter. By the way, these sprites were by Temmie, and they always are. Yep, that's so Temmie. Deltarune progress. Alright, what are we at now? As was the case the last time, we're focusing on Chapter 3. However, there are a few people working on pieces of later chapters, such as bullet patterns or puzzles. As for Chapter 3, we're finally creating the overworld area. You can think of it like Queen's Castle or Card Castle. With this complete, the chapter will finally be playable all the way through. Fun fact, I composed a song for this area in 2016. Yeah, for those who don't know, that's actually TV World. This chapter is made of many different pieces, so it's been hard to understand exactly how everything was turning out. Now that things are clearer, I just need to roll over the entire game with a steamroller and crush out all the bumps. They may be things to add, things to fix, or things to remove, but many pieces have been quite polished already, so it won't be too bad. Was this foreshadowing? Oh god, look at this picture. Oh god. It's been foreshadowed since the very beginning. Poor Tenna boy. As you can tell, this chapter is shaping up to be a pretty strange one. I'm mostly focused on unusual gameplay elements, and it's not too heavy on the story. Since it's so frivolous, I feel a bit self-conscious about it, but at least I got to try something different. No, you did a pretty good job. I like Chapter 3. Anyway, Chapter 4 will be much more a standard chapter. What's this one? Undertale unused What? Summer means ice cream, right? That reminds me, in Undertale, there's one piece of unused content that I'm not sure I never explained. Only a few people know, and those who do know probably forgot, but there are unused sprites in the game of Sans eating ice cream. Why did these exist? Originally, I wanted to have a special scene if you reach Sans fast enough from the beginning of the game. Essentially, if you did a speedrun. We recreated the scene below. I don't remember this. What is this? Okay. Welp, you're here early. I'm gonna be honest. You got here so fast. I haven't even finished eating my ice cream yet. Well, you're not in a rush. You can wait a minute, right? What? I don't remember this. Oh, that. Dude. Wow. Oh, they should have kept it. That's funny. Dude. Phew. What a great cone. Sometimes it's nice to take it easy. Otherwise, you'll get a brain freeze. Anyway, I'm sure you got something important to do. Wouldn't want to slow you down. Later. Bro, what? That's hilarious. What? I decided not to do this for obvious reasons, but I still think it's a funny concept. Alright, fair enough. We got... Die! Come here. This way. Stay. Alright, song rejected. Usually this is where I advertise songs I got into a Riddler game. However, this time my song didn't make it. To explain a bit, it's hard for me to want to give it my all, to make a song that's not for a story, character, or scene in a game. If I can feel a deep connection with the subject, then I can make a great song. But just simply make a song for a rhythm game is surprisingly difficult to express. Therefore, I decided I would try to focus on a subject that I could feel a deep connection with. I decided to make a song about a factory of dogs getting hit on the head with giant cartoon squeaky hammers. Surprisingly, they were imagining something slightly different. That makes sense, I suppose, considering I made the song demo before they gave me any instructions on what they wanted at all. We will try to finish the song one day, and of course, I'm going to try my best making a different song for the game too. You guys remember the Greatest Living show? Well, guess what? The music video reached 1 million views! years ago. What was this, 2023 newsletter? How many views does it have now? Let me check. 6 million views. Not bad, as of right now. Oh yeah, I remember this. Toby Fox, voice acting debut, TLDR. He made a little cameo in We Baby Bears. Played a skeleton. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Good for him. And an interview with Papyrus. For those who don't know, there's a little series of silly Q&A questions for Papyrus. If you're interested, maybe I'll make that my own video. I'll try to do a little voiceover. But for this video, it's gonna be the newsletters. What else we got? Merch. Conclusion. Thanks. Can you believe it? It's already autumn. See you soon. Next, issue 4, autumn 2023. It's autumn. You know what that means? Undertale's 8th anniversary. Wow, man, how times have changed. It's Undertale's 8th anniversary. Sadly, I don't have much energy for a wild, crazy event this year. Doing a newsletter every 3 months is a bit like celebrating the anniversary all year. In other words, this year, I just want to go to sleep. In celebration of this, Fangamer has created a commemorative Undertale sleepy themed goods. Merch, yeah, I know. You gotta sell money to make your game, alright? Ugh, why can't things just be free, man? So dumb. Make everything free, no merch. In fact, don't pay the workers at all. Tis. Anyway, how's Deltarune Chapter 3 doing? We are continuing to work on Chapter 3. The chapter got playable from beginning to end. After some restructuring and reshuffling of different parts, it's feeling quite good to go through. Can't say it's finished yet, but the unfinished parts are certainly seeming less and less numerous. That's good because try as I might to sleep until the game is finished, I'll see nothing but nightmares. Earlier, we were considering having a stealth-focused section in the game where you could walk slowly sneak around certain areas. Oh yeah, I know this. After developing some concepts, we realized a mechanic which basically just makes you move slower isn't necessarily fun, so we didn't do that. Anyway, feel free to listen to the song, since it's now in use. I'm just gonna play a snippet of this song, I know what this is, but I'll just take a little snippet just for you guys. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, collab stuff. I'm just gonna breeze through this. Alright, TLDR. This is just a little collab Toby Fox made with, gonna say it again, I'm not good at pronouncing names, I'm bad at English. Zune, the creator of the Tuhu project. Yeah, nothing. If you want to look at it yourself, you can. Tuhu, God, I'm bad at reading. Tuhu, Danmuku, Kaguru, Fantasia Losh. Yeah, I tried, guys. At least I tried. Yeah, this whole area is this little Toby Fox 2 adventure. That's good for him. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I think I'm just gonna breeze past this if you don't mind. I hope I don't seem rude to Mr. Fox and he's reading this. Now we move on to the next message. Nelnal, the person who made Sweet, Captain, and KK, these 3 guys. Hello, it's Nelnal, the character designer in charge of Sweet, Captain, and KK and Task Manager in Deltarune Chapter 2. I can't contain my surprise at how quickly 2 years have passed since Chapter 2 release. When Deltarune Chapter 1 was released, I was just one of the millions of fans of Toby's work. I still remember so clearly how completely dumbstruck I felt after receiving a work request from Toby. I've been involved in a variety of design jobs, but the assignment I received for Deltarune were so much fun. It was the first time I've had work where, from the moment I read the assignment, my mind became filled with ideas one after another. I was asked to draw a character based on a boombox theme, so I gave Toby 3 designs to choose from. The truth is I made other designs too, but that's a secret. To my surprise, in the end he decided to use all 3. I was so delighted. And so, I'm proud to announce that I was tasked with illustrating some new merch for this upbeat trio. Okay, 3-year-old merch, that's what this section is. Next, what we have here, product copy. A certain company we work with sent this as a potential promotional text for some products of the characters from Undertale. With these products in your collection, you'll never explore the underground again. I'll never explore it again? What are they gonna do to me? The end. Thanks everyone, see you next year for the next Undertale anniversary. Yeah. And that's the end. I suck at live reading, dude. I really need to get better. If you made it this far, you're a trooper. I don't know how you can stand my voice, because I can't. And if this video does well, then I'll make another one. Maybe. And we'll see how well this performs. I'm not sure if it's going to make numbers, but you never know. Other than that, thanks for watching. And don't forget about my Ko-fi. I even have a certain amount of commissions you can purchase. So if you like my art, get it while it lasts. That's all I have to say. Okay, now on my way back to my wacky side adventures. Tally ho!